Episode 21, Part 1, The Marshal's Room. The door to the Marshal's office hissed open, and the light inside was too clean for a place that smelled of old war. Everlyn stepped in first. The room wasn't built for comfort. It was built for control. Steel desk. Reinforced walls. One cracked holo display that painted blue ghosts across the floor. The air was still, too still. And even after everything she'd seen, that quiet felt worse than the battlefield. Marshal Rourke sat behind the desk, broad-shouldered, face carved from stone. His uniform looked pressed, but the sleeve had been patched by hand. That detail told Everlyn more than anything else. There was no one left to iron out the war anymore. He didn't stand. He didn't even nod. "Captain," he said. "Marshal," Everlyn replied. No salute. No ceremony. Just the brittle respect of two people too tired for it. Behind her, Kane loomed, dust still caked into the lines of his face. Lyra and Kaelin flanked him, silent shadows with eyes that carried too much fire. Everlyn didn't need to look to feel them there. She could sense them. Literally, sense them. The hum of their heartbeats. The subtle rise and fall of breath. It was one of the new things she tried not to think about too much. The gift. The curse. The thing that had changed them all in the burning night. Rourke's voice cut through the silence like a file across metal. Door. The guard hit the panel. The hatch sealed with a heavy hiss, locking them in. "Report," Rourke said. Straight to business. No welcome home, no good work. Just the word that reduced weeks of hell into a single command. Everlyn kept her posture steady. "We engaged Zarthian ground forces along the northern corridor. Civilian evac route collapsed after the refinery explosion. We held the fallback line until extraction." Rourke leaned forward, elbows on the desk. "Held," he repeated. "That's your word for it." Kane snorted quietly. "We're standing here, aren't we? That's a win by current standards." Rourke's eyes flicked to him. "Sergeant, you'll speak when addressed." Kane shrugged, the motion slow, deliberate. "You just did." Lyra's lips twitched, half a smirk. Kaelin behind them didn't move, but her crimson eyes sharpened with that quiet, dangerous amusement she never voiced. Everlyn broke the silence before it could fracture. "Our orders were to hold the line, Marshal. We did. Casualties were severe, but we prevented a breach." "You prevented a breach," Rourke echoed. "With what exactly? You were running on empty by sunrise, half your unit unaccounted for. Yet you somehow held against a superior force." Everlyn didn't flinch. "We adapted." Rourke studied her like he was waiting for the mask to slip. "How?" Everlyn paused. She could still hear the memory. Bone-tearing. Fire in her blood. The way the world had gone silver and savage all at once. She could still feel the Elder's blood burning through her veins. But none of that could reach this room. "We used what the battlefield gave us," she said simply. "Refinery fire. Structural collapse. Improvised barriers. Controlled demolition. The terrain worked in our favor." That was technically true. The part she didn't mention, the part where they'd become something else, stayed buried. Rourke's eyes stayed on her. "Funny thing," he said. "The survivors' reports don't mention demolitions. They mention sound. Something like howling." Everlyn's pulse didn't change. "Battlefield noise can distort perception, Marshal. Civilians under stress fill gaps with what they think they heard." His jaw twitched. He didn't press it, but she knew he'd file it away. He leaned back. "Operational losses?" Everlyn's voice softened, but her posture didn't. "Lieutenant Harrow. Scout Unit Bravo. Fletcher twins. Civilians from Convoy 3. 5 dead before we could reach them. The rest made it through." Kaelin spoke next, tone sharp and quiet. "We've logged names for engraving." Her eyes dropped for half a heartbeat. The loss was still fresh. The pack had bled, and not just metaphorically. Rourke nodded once. And the enemy? Recovering, Everlyn said. Not retreating. Rourke frowned. Explain. Kaelin stepped forward, her crimson eyes steady. We've fought them long enough to know their patterns. Normally, Zarthians attack in spread formations, scattered, unpredictable. This time, they moved with coordination, controlled spacing. They covered their flanks, pulled their wounded back under fire. Rourke's frown deepened. They don't do that. They do now, Kaelin said. A flicker of something, concern, or maybe fear, passed behind his eyes. He masked it quickly. Everlyn continued. They're regrouping to the south. You'll see it soon enough on your maps. Rourke's gaze drifted to his side display. He hadn't shown it to them, but the faint glow of red markers betrayed what she already knew. The activity beneath the southern tunnels. He exhaled slowly. We're tracking it, he said, tone flat. We can help, Everlyn said. You can rest, Rourke corrected. 12 hours. Med check, decontam, food, sleep. In that order. Lyra folded her arms. So we're on babysitting duty. Rourke ignored her. You'll make yourselves visible in the compound. The sight of you alive helps morale. Kane barked a short laugh. We're not morale posters, Marshal. You are whatever I need you to be, Rourke snapped, then caught himself. He straightened. 12 hours, Captain. Then we'll see where you're needed. Everlyn met his eyes, golden against his gray. Understood. But the air in the room had already shifted. The old soldier's instincts in Rourke could feel it, even if he didn't understand it yet. Something about this pack wasn't normal anymore. They looked the same, but they didn't feel the same. The human layer was holding. Barely. Dismissed, he said finally.